Lizzie. Kim-Adler survived that second match. She defeated McPherson 200 to 196. Boy, was it a close one.
Yeah, Kim definitely came through in the end, and she needed to. Very impressive.
So Kim looking to jump back on. She had an 8-year streak with at least one win. She broke that streak last year, 1 year shy of the record that Lisa Wagner holds. She wants to set it straight early that she's back on track for winning.
Well, she went high on the left lane to open this match, but she switched balls. She changed balls, but she's still playing the same line, so it'll be interesting to see what this ball is going to do different for her, especially after the way she finished the last match. But Kim's always thinking.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
It's nonstop with her.
Well, the 9-10, a little bit of an unusual lead, but she want to just fit it between.
Switches balls to a plastic ball.
Nice shot, and I tell you what, this week I've seen more smiles from Kim-Adler than I've seen in the last 5 years. She's actually says she's enjoying bowling again.
And that's so important. You have to enjoy it.
Okay, here's the powerhouse, Michelle Feldman.
Try to count how many times this ball turns.
And it's a good thing she's backing off.
I think she flattened that one out, Jan.
Yeah, a little bit of smiles for her also.
Well, Michelle always feels that the morning blocks are toughest for her because the condition seems to be wet-dry. 3 girls have already bowled. 4 girls have already bowled. So this is almost like the second or third game for her. So she's probably going to have a nice look.
Oh, and the 10 pin still standing. And this is some of the stuff we talked about, how, you know, she would normally want a ball that she even saw it go more left through the pins, and she's had to accept, hey, a little different look. Maybe the ball will back off a little bit.
She drilled the ball that she switched to last night and took over the lead of this tournament is to roll and stop, which is very important to know when to throw a ball that does that. But that's not a good thing to miss the easy spare.
No, it's not.
You can see she just flattens out her strike ball, but didn't quite flatten it out or throw it hard enough because you can see it rolled and hooked right away.
Michelle had said that was one of her weaknesses this week. She missed too many spares.
Yes.
And our ladies will be bowling with the college bowlers as the best women bowlers in the collegiate and professional ranks come together June 2nd as the PWBA Women's Collegiate Pro Doubles Challenge is televised live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. That kicks off a string of 5 consecutive Sundays of the PWBA live on ESPN, so be sure to watch the best in women's bowling on Sunday afternoons, and that's beginning June 2nd. Talked about that streak being broken, her last title in 2000.
Which will be at the bowling center we will be at next week. So maybe she's going to start a week early.
She finished 8th here last year, so this is an improvement. She's really focused this year. She's really changed her whole outlook, another mental type of change in the game, where she was so into so many other things, her jewelry line, Kimbo Creations, and doing a lot while she bowled. And this year, she was told me last week and a little bit last night how she's just focusing on bowling only.
And she took 3 months off. We had 5 months off. She took 3 of those off. Never entered a bowling center, never kept score. She didn't even bowl league. Sometimes you need to totally get away from it to come back more refreshed. Obviously, it worked.
So this, you know what Michelle's done this week, Kathy, let's talk about it real quickly a little bit. I mean, that's a good lesson to some people at home. I mean, you drill them a ball, or they get a ball and it doesn't hook as much as they want to see it hook, and they throw it aside. But there are times that's what you need.
Yeah, not every week do you want to see your ball always make a left-hand turn. Now, the majority of women need that because we don't have as much power. But there's going to be plenty of times where Michelle's actually going to need the ball to roll out or lay off. It appears her ball always goes left, but that's because she's so powerful. But actually, the ball that she drilled to get her to the show lays off.
And she said it was Alita Sill that helped convince her, said, hey, you need a new look. And she didn't mean her hairdo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Alita's an excellent coach. She has a great eye, and she can pick up on things like that very easily. Look at the power in that release. You can't even count how many times that ball turns. It just dives right into the pocket. Unfortunately, 4-9, but she has so much power.
Oh, and a good attempt at that. So 2 open frames on lane 31, but 2 strikes on lane 32. Michelle Feldman will get a test mentally to see if she can stay in it and pull herself together. Kim-Adler now in the lead.
Kim's only 1 in 3 against Michelle. Not a very good shot on lane 32 for Kim. It was left off her hand. She never even got it right. She needed to get it right a little earlier. Came up high, luckily only left the 6 pin, easy spare. You can see, very important, Kim switching to a plastic ball.
Covers it up. It was a close race. Kelly Kulick needed a double to get in around Wendy McPherson, left a 10 pin, and any of the top 10 could have easily gotten in within 100 pins of the show.
And there in 11th, Tammy Turner. Keep your eyes on this young lady. Tammy's looking really good. And 15th, Karen Stroud. Karen is going to break through at any moment. What a great game.
It was so close in position round. I mean, between Kulick, Gaines, Barrett, Honeychurch, Dugan, any one of them with a big game could have hopped right into the show. It's so exciting to watch. You have to come out to the events and see that. The position round is great. So light for Kim-Adler, 2-8. It just hasn't been a day of a lot of strikes, and this is what has been something that actually Michelle has worked on trying to accept. Grind out those games when you don't have it and take advantage of the big games like she always does.
Yeah, I mean, she's a strike player. She had to mentally adjust her thinking that it's not always going to be about the big strike ball. Staying clean is going to win this tournament.
And wow.
And that is definitely not the way